the hidden costs of porn addiction, how it damages your brain, and why you should quit. Pornography consumption may seem like a harmless pastime, but it has profound negative effects on your brain and overall well-being. From altering your reward system to damaging relationships and mental health, the impacts are far-reaching. Understanding these effects is the first step toward breaking free and living a more fulfilling life. Here's how pornography damages your brain, with practical examples for each point. 1. Alters the brain's reward system. Pornography overstimulates the brain's dopamine system, creating an intense rush of pleasure. Over time, the brain builds a tolerance to this stimulation, requiring increasingly explicit or novel material to feel the same effect. This rewiring diminishes the brain's ability to experience pleasure from everyday activities, making life seem dull or uninspiring. For example, someone may lose interest in hobbies or time with loved ones because they no longer provide the same satisfaction. 2. Rewires neural pathways. Every time you engage in a behavior, you reinforce neural pathways in your brain. Porn consumption builds a strong connection between viewing explicit content and feeling pleasure, conditioning your brain to rely on it. This makes it difficult to find joy in real-world experiences, as your brain craves the artificial stimulation of pornography. For instance, a person might struggle to enjoy genuine intimacy because their brain is wired to respond to screens, not people. 3. Distorts perceptions of intimacy and relationships. Pornography often portrays exaggerated, unrealistic scenarios that can warp your understanding of intimacy and relationships. These depictions create unattainable standards for physical appearance, sexual performance, and behavior. This can lead to dissatisfaction or conflict in real relationships, as partners may feel inadequate or misaligned with these skewed expectations. For example, someone might expect their partner to act like an adult film star, causing frustration and strain in the relationship. 4. Increases the risk of addiction and compulsive use. Porn addiction develops in a similar way to substance addiction, as the brain becomes dependent on the dopamine rush it provides. Over time, individuals may lose control over their consumption, spending excessive time seeking and watching content. This compulsion can interfere with daily responsibilities, relationships, and personal goals. For example, someone might procrastinate important tasks or miss social events because of their reliance on pornography. 5. Negatively impacts mental health. Excessive pornography consumption is associated with higher levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. Feelings of guilt and shame often arise, especially if the habit conflicts with personal values or disrupts life goals. These mental health challenges can create a vicious cycle where porn is used as a coping mechanism, further exacerbating the problem. For instance, a person may feel trapped, using pornography to escape stress, but feeling worse afterward. 6. Reduces focus and motivation. The constant overstimulation from pornography conditions the brain to seek instant gratification. This can make it challenging to focus on tasks that require effort and patience, such as studying, working, or pursuing long-term goals. Over time, this can reduce productivity and hinder personal growth. For example, someone might struggle to complete a project because their brain craves the quick dopamine hit provided by pornography instead. 7. Lowers self-esteem and fosters feelings of guilt or shame. Frequent pornography use often leads to feelings of guilt or shame, especially if it clashes with your values or causes harm in your life. These negative emotions can damage self-esteem, making it harder to believe in your ability to change. This creates a feedback loop, where low self-worth drives further use as an escape. For example, a person might avoid social interactions because they feel ashamed, deepening their isolation. 8. Affects brain development in youth. For younger individuals whose brains are still developing, exposure to pornography can have especially harmful effects. Early consumption can hypersexualize the brain and distort understanding of healthy relationships and boundaries. This can interfere with emotional growth and social skills, leading to challenges in adulthood. For instance, a teenager exposed to porn might struggle to form genuine connections or develop unrealistic expectations about intimacy. 9. Hinders real-life sexual satisfaction. Excessive pornography use can make real-life intimacy feel less fulfilling because the brain becomes accustomed to the artificial stimulation it provides. This can lead to difficulties in connecting with partners on an emotional and physical level. Over time, this can erode trust and closeness in relationships. For example, someone might feel unsatisfied during intimate moments because their expectations are shaped by unrealistic content. Conclusion: porn addiction is not just a bad habit. It fundamentally alters your brain, damages relationships, and hinders personal growth. However, breaking free is entirely possible with the right mindset and strategies. To help you on this journey, we've created a video filled with actionable tips and tools to overcome porn addiction. Click the link below to watch it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content on personal growth and self-improvement. Together, we can help you live a life of confidence, focus, and fulfillment.